Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I am here today with Daniel's Vice President of Sales, Mr. Dominic. Hi, Dominic. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
And I would like to know about the new project which is coming to Ischia One. Can you tell me something about this Ischia One?
Sure. Well, right now we're sitting in the model suite of the condominiums of Square One District.
Yeah.
The incredible thing about the Square One District is that it's a new master plan community that's 130 acres that surrounds the Square One area. So this is going to be the largest master plan community in North America. It's going to encompass 18 million square feet of residential, office space, green space. There's going to be over 18,000 new residential units in this multi-phased master plan community. So just an incredible opportunity from the standpoint of never in North America has such a large revitalization been done. And the residents of Square One condominiums is the first building in this large revitalization. So it's a real ground floor opportunity for buyers who recognize what a great location Square One is.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you know you've been in this industry for a long time. You recognize that it's when you're buying in at the ground floor, you're always going to see a great return on equity. You know, as this revitalization continues and we're into the third and fourth and fifth building, you'll see a continued rise in terms of values. So people coming in at the ground floor are really buying at the best time.
Yes, and normally, generally, according to the public's opinions, due to this COVID-19 and Canadian economic and unemployment, and do you think it is the good idea? What do you suggest? What do you willing to tell to the people? Is still possibilities it is they can get the return on this investment?
Well, you know, COVID has had its effect on the economy. The interesting thing is it's had very little impact on real estate. In fact, the interesting thing is often when we go through challenging times, people like to retreat to the safety of investments like real estate because it's very tangible.
Yes.
Whereas you have the stock market, which is a little harder for the average. I don't understand it. You know, it's really harder for the average person to wrap their heads around. Whereas with real estate, it's very tangible. The other factor to bear in mind when you're investing in new construction condominiums like this is that COVID is something that's going to be with us for a little while longer, and sometime in 2021 there's probably going to be a vaccine, and this will start to be less of an issue as 2021 goes through. The condominium you're buying into here is a 4-year bill. So by the time that this is finished, you're taking occupancy and you're closing on it, it's going to be after 2024.
Yes.
So what's happening today in the immediacy of COVID is not something that's going to have an effect on your investment. And often you have to look at this from a long-term strategy. So you know you're buying today, you're not closing till 2024. And you're looking at just what's going to happen with the economy, what's going to happen with this neighborhood over the next 4 years, and not necessarily looking at the immediate things that are happening around you.
Yeah. So what do you suggest compared to investing on investing on the houses such as the townhouse, detached or semi-detached? And what is the purpose? What is the main point? And the people would like to invest in condominiums, especially in Ischia One.
I think that for the average investor, it's a lot easier to invest in a condominium and take care of it because you're going to be renting it out and then you're going to be managing it. So managing a condominium unit where there's already a portion of what you're buying into has a common element and management of that common element already.
Yeah.
You're not having to think about it from a standpoint of a house where you've got everything in. Well, we're going to replace the roof, we're going to be doing all these things, and you're the one who's going to have to coordinate that.
Yeah.
So when you manage a condominium, really, once you have your tenant, it's pretty well worry-free. So it's a lot easier for the average investor to buy into a condominium than to buy a house and then rent it out, and there's a lot more hands-on involvement when you're investing in that type of real estate.
So I know that Daniels, and I have been working since 2007. Even the next project, the Limelight, I have been working with that. So they are going to bring 5 bigger towers. This tower is going to be 45 floor, and there are so towers going to come. So compared to this tower, and there is any price differential between upcoming towers in the future?
Well, at this stage, it's not that we've priced the next building that will be coming up. Because generally, when it comes to pricing a building, we'll do that within about 60 days before we go on sale. But it's very reasonable to assume that our prices are going to go up from this building to the next. Especially again, because of the nature of a big master plan community, you see that the price increases go up as you go along. You were mentioning Limelight, and you think about the 23 acres that Daniels developed from 2000 to about 2015.
Yeah.
When we think of how much we started out at in price per
Yeah,
square
there
foot
is-
to where we ended up, it was tremendous. They more than doubled in that time.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
so if you had bought at the early stages of that, you did extremely well. And so it's the same with this. Buying in the early stages when you're seeing a really significant redevelopment going on,
Yeah.
always shows really strong returns.
So far, according, as soon as you open this, there is so many projects coming on. And how is the sales going with this, specifically this project with the Daniels?
Well, we literally just opened it up, and we